a good thing. And that's trouble. Oh, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars. Oh my goodness. Massive accident in turn 3. That's almost half the field.
And that's going to be that's a lot of carnage, and some of those cars are not fixable. And we were talking about Austin Dillon overheating there. You got to wonder, did it blow up? Did something happen?
Went straight, yeah.
Because he went straight going into that corner.
So the red flag out in our first heat race there. Austin dropping the window net. Here's another look. So
look there, you see all that smoke. It blew up, guys, and probably oil on his tires. And then everyone behind him, listen, cars don't stop on dirt like they do on asphalt. Look at the 4 tires sliding there as Matt Kenseth goes in there. He looks like he's going to be okay. You can't stop on the dirt very quick, especially with a lot of these guys with so much rear brake in it to try to help them turn in the corner.
So Austin Dillon, all the way down at the start-finish line is where his car has finally come to rest. The others, Tony Kanaan, Chase Briscoe, Hailie Deegan, Marco Andretti, Matt Kenseth, all involved in that big incident that started up in turn number 3. So we're under the red flag. A little less than halfway through our opening heat race at Eldora, and it's been a tough night already for the mechanics. And Matt Kenseth behind them.
These guys know this heat race is about over. You see there in the bottom left screen, 53 seconds. We're coming to time limit of this race instead of the lap limit.
I love watching guys try different things. You get guys trying the bottom to keep the car really straight, which costs you RPMs. You get guys up the top, the engine all wound up. There's Caps with a slide job.
You see, Brad kind of let it happen there. He said, hang on a second. I didn't take care of his car a little bit, so you kind of let him slide up into that cushion there. And you see all these guys, really, a lot of them were trying to run the top, but we saw him run the bottom before that pass, and he was running pretty well.
So Tony Stewart's going to get the white flag. Last lap of heat race number 1. Labonte second, Caps third. Schrader and Keselowski race for 4th. Tony Stewart has served notice that he'll be hard to handle in the main event.
Yeah, you want to say fast. That was like, what, 6 or 7 laps? And he's put a straightaway on Bobby Labonte.
So checkered flag, heat race number 1 to Tony Stewart. Labonte second, Caps third, Schrader 4th, Keselowski 5th. Followed by Newman and Kenseth. And the exclamation point on this heat race put on by Tony Stewart. 25 laps, scheduled distance for this one, green flag.
Big start for Kenseth there in the bottom lane. Brad trying to follow him through down there. It's all about if he can get the launch off that bottom side there, which maybe Hank Schrader's trying to run the top though.
So Kenseth in white, then Newman in the South Point machine. Schrader outside, Keselowski inside, gives Schrader third.
Well, there's no doubt where the grip is. You see them all running high. They're chasing that moisture up top. Yeah, the dirt's still a little bit moist up there. That's where all the grip is. That's where they want to be. They're running their right rear up into that. That's where the cars are going fast right now. So if you're willing to make the pass, if you're Ryan Newman right here, you got to commit to where you're going to get back up. See, he's trying to run a little bit lower there, but he's not going to get the drive off the corner.
White car, Bobby Labonte, yellow car, Ron Capps. Behind them, Tony Stewart in the Bass Pro Shops machine. Be interesting to see how far forward he gets in our 25-lap heat race.
You see some good racing back there. Tony's on the way bottom trying to make that work. Tough to make that work. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Tony. You see them kind of get into each other up top there. Tony going back up like Capps figuring this out.
Fun to listen to Tony work the throttle there too, right?
It's fun. Here goes Tony. What on the full slider?
Oh, he kept off him.
Cap said, I don't think so, buddy.
Good job, Stewart, staying off him.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Still going. But he has wrinkled up the right front fender of that bright yellow Napa machine, has Ron Capps. There's Marco Andretti by Capps. You see the front corner of that car. caution. The car of Ron Capps did just shed a piece of that fender up inside turns 1 and 2, so we'll have a yellow flag while they clean that up. And then we'll do the choose and get back to racing.
Felt like he was too conservative on his practice laps. Like, keep in mind, Marco finished second on the dirt a year ago, and he's tied for second with the best average finish on the dirt. So high expectations coming in. He'd love to score a trophy finally on the dirt here in SRX.
And for a guy that comes from racing an open wheel IndyCar on street, road courses, and high-speed oval tracks, this racing on the dirt thing is totally new to Marco when he came to the SRX Series.
It definitely is, and we talked a little bit earlier about as this track gets drier and slicker, it's going to drive a little bit more like asphalt, meaning you don't have to have the car as sideways like we've seen Tony Stewart making all that speed. As it dries out, the faster cars are going to keep their cars a little bit straighter, use their front tires and turn, and you can see Marco doing that. You can see his front hands, his front tires turning to the left. There's Tony Stewart, his are to the right. Eventually, it's going to be faster to turn to the left. Now, at what point does that happen? Does it happen in the feature or what?
Brad Keselowski just bounced off the wall in his car, and he's got pretty heavy damage to the right front as Tony Stewart takes the white flag. 1 lap to go in heat race number 2. Well, Tony has certainly been putting on a show so far tonight at the track that he owns, this Eldora Speedway. And he's going to come from 7th starting spot to finish first in heat race number 2. Stewart, Kenseth, Newman, Andretti, Labonte, the top 5 in heat race number 2.
Stewart, the winner. I think, Matt Yoakum, he's going to be somebody to contend with when it comes to the main event, don't you?
If the smile, Nicole, is any indication, he's already won a trophy. As far as the fun participation factor going, you and Newman, was that patented Thursday Night Thunder fun?
Yeah, that's exactly what we used to do here on ESPN back in the day when we were both trying to make a name for ourselves and trying to get to the Cup Series. So it's fun. I mean, you can race with Matt Kenseth, you can race with Ryan, and especially on these dirt tracks. Matt's run Prelude with us, Ryan's run dirt a lot. They know how you have to pass here. It's not like pavement racing. You got to do it a little bit different.
And you were trying to make a move, and then he was countering that move.
Yeah, I mean you got to dive low to cut off real estate and get by. But when you do that, at some point, then you got to turn. And at the point I'm turning, Ryan's already got the corner turned and made and already heading down the hill. So that's the fun part is, if somebody makes a move, you already know and start your counter move to go along with it.